4, 3, 2, 1, watch me.
All right. Number 1 is you are light-hearted. You easily see the humor in any situation. You take life seriously, but you don't take yourself too seriously.
This has to be me, definitely. This has to be me, being light-hearted. I see the seriousness in every situation, but trust me, I just want to solve it. I just want to be the happy butterfly, just floating everywhere and enjoying myself.
Yes.
Because I believe every problem at the end of the day will be solved. So why kill ourselves over a problem, you know? So I'm this kind of guy, definitely.
We agree.
You agree? All right, number 2, you don't write people off by outward appearance. You look beyond the exterior and actually try to get to know people for who they are before passing judgments. And trust me, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. There are people who judge people by their appearance, but sometimes you need to understand that a lot of people might not appear the way you expect them to. Maybe they might not look up to par and all that, but they have a lot to offer up here.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you don't have a conversation with them or indulge them, you won't find out that they're like that.
Case and point, Hermes, because I know that like when he got into the house, a lot of people were like, who is this one? What's this one? Like, what's the... And then Hermes started speaking, and I was like, okay, that he's actually really brilliant. So let's not say because J. Paul have color hair now, you will now remove him from setting because 1,000 yards husband material.
You know, this is actually really funny because this morning I had a friend of mine who is actually is a billionaire. He came to my house, we were having a conversation, and he says to me, you know, people don't respect me. They look at me and they judge me. I'm like, yeah, I get that. Because you just see him, he doesn't even wear, he just wears normal joggers and shirts, and he just came like that, sat down in my parlor. I was like, people don't actually see him first and think that he owns
anything.
You know, the property where he's building now, like people didn't even believe he was the owner. They thought maybe he was fronting for somebody else. And he liked the incognito status. So he just kept doing his thing, you know, slowly, and until they now finally realized that he was the actual owner of the place.
Life. Meanwhile, some people would have treated him anyhow.
My sister, they now come and beg for the discount.
All right, number 3 on our list, you are confident. So your confidence can be smelled from a mile away, and that is a good thing to have. You already have come to the realization that your confidence is not tied to external things. It comes from the inside.
Yeah, and this is where self-love comes from, because when you love yourself, the confidence will come from deep within. You don't need people to validate you. So if no matter what people say, even when people have a lot of negative things to say about you, your confidence will always put you up there.
And aside from even people validating you, things validating you as well. Because you hear people say, is it because I don't have land in Lagos? Is it because... No, darling, nobody actually cares about that. Like, if you're confident... See, there are people that... And that's why all this, like the Tinder swindler, he had confidence. That was why he could get into places that you'd be wondering, how did this guy get there? Meanwhile... People after me, same for
I know you're
for me, and this is something I learned of my own father, and something I'm going to imbibe in my own children. The first thing I'm going to teach you is you are who you are. You are a different person. Whatever name you are, you're different. Nobody else is you.
Of course.
You have to be confident. I need you to be able to step up to other people. I used to argue with my teachers. My teachers would call my father and say, why is your son arguing so much? My dad says, I taught him to argue. I taught him to ask questions.
When something isn't making sense.
So we have a situation here in Nigeria or in Africa where if you're questioning authorities, it's a problem. If you're questioning your pastor, for instance, and you say, okay, this in the Bible, explain it. You say you're good.
My niece would ask questions, and when you answer the question, she derives another question from the question, and it becomes
that's the only
proper
way to
interview.
Learn. Yeah, that's the only way to learn. All right, at number 4, you have depth. Conversations with you run deeper than just words like matter, yes so, na so, and all that and all whatnot. You don't have to know everything, but knowing just a bit of everything has something interesting and intellectual to it. You actually contribute meaningfully to deep conversations, and you are intentional about expanding your intellect.
Yeah, this one definitely speaks. My manager, he knows a bit of everything. He's so bad, I'll be telling him about makeup.
Yes.
He's aware.
I can.
He knows
will call
what
brands for you.
He'll be calling brands. I'm like, how do you know? He's just like, because they can throw you anywhere. Imagine you go there and then, imagine you got to meet Rihanna, you don't know what foundation is. Like, you have to be able to have conversations. So I give it up to people like that. Like,
Yes. And then he also encourages people to learn a bit of everything.
Yep.
Because he has told me before, this is just me being very honest, he has told me before, there was a time I found out something and I was telling him, was like, oh, you should actually read more about it. So he says, when you find out new things, read more about it. You don't know where it will be useful.
Okay, so you were talking about me on the show and having an idea of almost every question.
1,000 years.
So this is how it works. I used to have a program as a kid. There's a software. It's called Encyclopedia. So I used to read a lot. You know, so because I remember in pictures, I don't remember what I read in words. I remember pictures. So it shows me pictures. So anything I see in picture just remains in my head.
Your head.
Yeah, so that's how it is. Just make sure that you read everything, you have any information, just feed your brain with more information.
Brainiac.
Well, now to sit down beside Jebo, for example.
My sister, we don't see information.
He go shock you.
You dey cover book. Twinny. All right, number 5 on our list is that you are open-minded. You understand individual differences and you stay open to viewing life through other people's lenses. This one is very important because some people just feel like what they know is what they know and that's the straight and narrow and everybody needs to be on that path. But not everybody functions that way. People have all had different experiences in life. So somebody's coming from here, somebody's coming from here.
Yeah.
You don't have to disagree. Share opinions and ideas. Take what you can or what you will and then just let it be.
So
And then,
it's actually difficult for people to, in the heat of the moment.
I don't
right?
not enter the heat.
In the heat of the moment, they will not be able to sit down and put themselves at other people's. You get. So in this instance, I think you just have to take time. Don't talk. Just
Listen.
understand where that
Yeah.
person is coming from.